Generic greetings and welcome to Preview Plus Guild of Dungeoneering, as this guy will now explain.
This is the Guild of Dungeoneering, on a quest we're never fearing, home to be a Dungeoneer, swimming in pools of gold.
I should just let him do all the video. That's the bard that follows you through the game. Anyway, this is, I guess, a dungeon exploration and building game. Now, don't get your hopes up. You don't build a full dungeon and have people come in like Dungeon Keeper or anything like that. It's weird. It's hard to explain. You have a character and you send them, or you have multiple characters, and you send them to other people's dungeons, and then you build the dungeon around that character. So you build the enemy's dungeon as well as the loot that's there and the monsters that you encounter. It's really weird and difficult to explain, which is why I'm just going to jump in and show you a little bit of the game. So I'm going to click continue and load the save that I've been playing for about 5.5, close to 6 hours, I would guess, which is quite a bit of time for a preview video. But it is still a preview, not a review and all that, but I have played it quite a bit, so I've got a good sense of how the game plays. So this is our dungeon. There is story that goes with it, but I don't want to spoil it too much for you. Basically, we are a bit of a simpleton, I think, and we are trying to build a dungeon to become the dungeon guy or whatever, the head guy of Dungeoneering, and we set up the Guild of Dungeoneering, and we start building our dungeon. As you can see, we've got different rooms, and all of these rooms will do different things. So that's like a little anvil place, that's like a blacksmith where we make different items, that's like a workshop and such. Obviously, they don't do anything, you can click on them, they don't do anything at all. These rooms here with little characters in, these are rooms for... well, for the characters, that's like I guess it would be like a Wizard's Academy type thing. This is like a barbarian's tent, and all these are different characters. You can click on them, and they'll go, that's it, time to unleash my barbarian rage, as he goes and starts coughing. They've all got their own individual personality and flavour and style, and they are, I do like that, they are quite good. Now, obviously, it's a very, very simple looking game. It's all, close that one. It's all, sort of hand-drawn with pencils and stuff, and I really like the look of it. I think it's going to put some people off, but to be honest with you, I really like the look of it like this. I think it's different, but it's not just different for the sake of being different. It's sort of different and interesting and good, not just like, oh, it's different, so we should give it credit. No, that can only take it so far, but I do really like the look of it. Anyway, where's one of my favourite characters? Is it this one here? Ask me if I'm bothered. There he is. There we go. Look at my face. Is it bothered? For some reason, the developer decided to make the bruiser basically a chav. And a bothered, mate! Well, aye, bro, do you want to give me 20p, like, you know? It's... oh my good grief. Anyway, yeah, they're some of the characters. We got other ones as well, so we got a mime, so they don't talk at all. When you click on them, look, dodging imaginary arrows, wiggles finger at you. When you actually go into the dungeon, they always say different things like, I'm coming for you, goblin, and that one just like makes, it just like mimes a cube and things like that and then moves forward. Anyway, we got a couple of other rooms. This is my trophy room. It shows you all of the things I've defeated, so we can see that the mimic splinters, and that's from the mimic queen that I killed, and it took me 12 runs to do that, which is, yeah, not that good. The Rat King's Tail, which is the very first thing I versed, and it's Dungeon Runs 4. We got like the Black Knight's head. Look at that, it's very Monty Python, isn't it? It took me 3 runs to do that. Only 4 runs for the Jar of Eyeballs there. 15 runs for Embro's Towel, which is good. And they're all, it is, it's a very comedy-focused game. There's a lot of humour involved. However, it's also a bit morbid because this is my, oh my good grief, this is my, This is my graveyard, and as you can see, a lot of people have died under my tenure. The whole point is that you send people off to go and quest, and then they just die, and it's not that great. Anyway, we can click on Dungeoneers at the bottom, and we can see all of the Dungeoneers that I have in their classes. Now, the way the game works is you level up and you get items and such when you're doing your dungeon raid, but as soon as you come back, you're basically just a name. That's all you really are. Now, the way you attack and defend and basically do anything, you have a deck of cards, and those cards will have symbols on them and things like that will allow you to attack, defend, and, obviously there's better cards and worse cards. And each class has its own deck of cards, so the Mime has a different deck of cards to the Apprentice and such like that, and then when you explore and you, say, get a weapon, the weapon gives you a couple of cards, so it might be like slash plus 3 damage or something like that. Again, you'll see when we actually jump in. One of the things I'm not a big fan of is this shows you here, this is where I've just clicked on Dungeoneers at the bottom, and you can see all of the characters. So there's Paul a Bruiser, excellent, there's his health. I would really like to see his starting deck of cards from this screen, but I can't, and I don't know why. I don't really see what this does Like, what does this screen really tell me? It shows me the names of the characters. Cool. And it shows me the portrait, but I can already see the pictures over there. And it shows you their starting health. But that's it. Surely you would want to see the deck of cards, but that's a bit of a minor one, I guess. But it would be nice to see the deck of cards, because the only way you know what characters do is when you get them and then just fling them into the arena and fling them in to go to explore. That's the only thing you can do to actually find things. Anyway, I just thought I'd come to that now because it's been niggling at me ever since I've started playing the game. We go to Expand Guild, and this is where we can build different things. So we can build different rooms, so we can build... Well, there's three sort of lines, three trees. There's the Might Tree, the Magic Tree, and the Loot Tree. Not tree as in a Magic Tree, you pick a magic item off, like pull a twig off and it's now a magic wand. That would be cool, but no, sadly not. Basically, each one has 4 items in each row, so we got three rows, and 4 items in each one, and the first one costs 50, the next row costs 500, and the one below that costs 2,000. I've currently got 1,058 generic credits, which is cool, and I can build different things. So, for example, if I build this laboratory here, it unlocks the alchemist, so we would get an alchemist as a character, but I don't know what their starting deck is, so it's a bit of a gamble when you do this, but there are reasons why you would want to use one character over another, and we'll get into that later on. We've also got these shrines, and you click on that, and what you get is this little blessing, and basically you can, when you go into the dungeons, you can select a character and select a blessing or a idol or whatever, and it will give you a little bonus. This one is +1 to first physical damage in battle, so it's not too bad. We've also got one other one, which is on the right hand side there. We've got I guess it would be workshops and such that unlock different pieces of equipment. So this one unlocks a Fez, which gives you Arcane 2, which is Wise. But again, that's the deck it gives you, but it doesn't show me the deck. So again, bit of a problem there because I'd like to know what that actually is. But I just have to take a gamble on it and hopefully learn it when we're in game. But yeah, we get all of them, and obviously when we build them, we'll be able to put them around the dungeon and such. But I think I will build... I've always wanted to try out this alchemist, so I'm going to build the alchemist area. So we get that, and we get a card. Now, not all items that you build or research from there actually, or unlock, whatever you would like to call it, will give you a room. But in this case, it has. So I'm just going to put the room... As you can see, we can move the thing all around, and it sort of snaps to where we can place it. I'm going to place it there. And then, a new Dungeoneer has arrived. It's Nonut, and we can rename that, so we're going to say GA, which is generic alchemist. And we got the bard talking away.
Available from your local alchemist.
Oh, by the way, today's beverage is multivitamin fruit and carrot juice in a container. Don't know why it was in the fridge, didn't even know I owned it. Right. I think it's out of date as well, but it's really tangy. Anyway, so we've got another character there, as you can see, and we click on them, and they basically say don't click on us. Right. So we got another character. You've seen how we build things. Let's go exploring. So we're going to click go exploring, and we can explore different areas. So I've done all of these ones, well, obviously the ones that say success. Now they're the standard ones. It starts off with that one there, which is basically going to kill rats. You can click on it, and it shows you what the quests were. So quest 1 was Squeak Squeak, quest 2 was Rat Pack. That's when I actually got the King Rat's Tail or whatever it was. So we've done that one. We've done all of these ones. It would be nice to be able to rerun them, but you can't, sadly. So I'm going to have to do one of these ones on the left. So it changes the dungeon tile. So this is standard sort of brick flooring dungeon tile. This is sort of jungly. And as far as I can tell, there are 4 wings. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. It's Crystal Maze, basically. We've got 4 wings. We've got the dungeon wing, the Amazon wing. Hopefully we've got the sci-fi wing. And then we've got, what was the other wing in... we got the Amazon wing as well. No. What was Crystal Maze? It was the Amazon, the Sunken Ship, which you after Season 2, which you place the Industrial Zone, Sci-Fi Wing, and Medieval Wing? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I think I'm talking out my ass, to be honest with you. I don't think they've got anything like that at all, but basically the tiles change. So let's just click on this one here. What's this one? We'll click on that, and it says, Steal a Sapphire. That's a bit crap. Let's see what this one. Venture deeper into the jungle in search of treasure. Let's do a bit of that one. So... pretty cool. We can select our character. So we've got a chump there. We've got a barbarian there. My barbarian is my favourite character so far. It's also an old barbarian, so it's very Terry Pratchett-y in that sense. It's like Cohen the Barbarian, who's 127 or whatever. We're going to go for our alchemist. We'll try them out. And I think we're going to give them this tonic here, which gives them +1 HP. So let's enter the dungeon, and we fly off, and the dungeon gets built around us. And as you can see, all these tiles around here. So what happens is we draw a deck of 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 cards, and you can play up to 3 per turn. And as soon as you play 3, you then do your turn. So There's 3 types of cards. There are monster cards, which are in red, and as you can see, they're here. They've got a level, which is currently that's level 2, and it's a man-eating plant. You can mouse over it, and it shows you its health, and also what deck of cards it has. Again, we don't know what them deck of cards are unless you've actually researched the thing. We've got pixies, and we've got blood-starved bats. Now, each dungeon has different things. No, not the voices again. Shut up. Okay, I think I've picked a really insane character. We've got a dungeon. We've got some dungeon tiles as well. So you can see this is a corridor. That's another corridor there. Now, the dungeon tiles you can't spin around. So, for example, this one, I can click and drag it, and I can only place it these 2 areas here because placing it there would block that off. You can't block stuff off, and you can't rotate the tile. However, I think I will put that one there like that in a second. The 3rd type of card is like a treasure card, and you can place it, and you go over there and you pick it up. So you can see that this is the dungeon. Our objective is on the top right, which is defeat 2 jungle shaman, and they're up the top there. So they're level, what, level 3, I think? Yeah, level 3. And basically we have to go up and around there, and we build the dungeon around us. So you can see what I was on about earlier about you building the dungeon around yourself. We've got our character on the bottom. We can click on that, and we can see our level. We can see our traits, which is currently blessed, +1 to all healing, which is quite good. And we got some skills, which, well, we actually don't, actually, to be honest with you. We should have some skills there if when we actually get different items and such. And we got item slots. So we've got head, offhand, weapon, and body. Anyway, we'll close that down. And we've got a level as well. When you level up, you gain some more health, basically. Right, so I'm going to put the corridor there. And one of the things you can't do is control where your character goes. They will automatically move, so you can't say go left, go right, go up, go down. They will decide themselves, but they're a bit sensible about it. You know, you can place gold, and they will go, oh, and they'll always favour like the gold and the money over other things. Generally, there's been 1 or 2 times, and it only is 1 or 2 times where I've tried to do something and they've gone the exact opposite way and then got themselves killed. Anyway, I'm going to say let's verse some pixies. So I'm going to put some pixies there, and then you know what? I don't really want to place anything else. I think I'll put I think we'll put the bat up there as well. And then that's my 3 actions, so we will then move, which here we go. And then we go into combat. Boom. So, GA, Generic Alchemist, and we got versus Pixies. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 health. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 health as well. They've got a couple of abilities. They've got Tenacious, which can't be killed unless on 1 HP. And they've got Thief, moves towards adjacent gold. So if there was any gold on the map, they would move towards it. So, let's have a quick look. We have got 2 decks. We've got our battle deck and their battle deck. So what happens is we basically play a card against each other every round. So these are the 3 cards I've drawn, and then I can do something. So I've got a flask of pixie tears, which you can see there's different symbols on these cards. Now, if it's in blue, it means it's magic. If it's in red, it means it's physical. If it's got a lightning bolt, it means it's quick, which means that you attack before they do. So say, for example, it was on 1 health and I attacked it quickly, it wouldn't get to play that card against me. The shields mean that they're going to defend against that that colour. So in this case, they're doing a sweeping blast, which is a demonic 1 card. They will do 2 magic damage and block 1 magic damage. You can see up the top there it says block 2 magic damage and block 1 magic. It basically tells you up there, but obviously as soon as you play the game, you get to know the symbols immediately. So I think I will use my flask of pixie tears, flask of pixie tears, which is block 2 magic damage, which will block there too, and then I'll hit it for 2. Oh, no, sorry, no, I won't hit it for anything. But that is just +2 magic damage for the next magic attack. So I'm going to place that, which basically means we cancel each other out. So no damage is done. They do 2 damage to me. I block that. And then my next attack, however, will cause an extra 2 damage. They're going to do a Mind Blast, which is going to cause 3 damage to me. I'm going to hit them for 2 with a Flask of Acid, which should do 4 damage in total because of that. So here we go. Bang, they hit me for 3. I hit them for 4. They're on 2 health. Excellent. So they're going to claw me, which is 1 physical damage. I could attack them with a Flask of Lightning, and I think I might as well do that. So they're now on 1 health, and then what are they going to do? They're going to hit me with a physical, and if it's successful, I will discard one of these cards. Now, I could play Healing, which gives me +1 health, or I could just hit them for 2 damage, which I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit them for 2. That will kill them. They'll hit for me 1 and leave me on 1, so I'm going to call it like that, and then boom, there we go, and I win. So their monster breaks up, and then we level up. So we get +1 HP, and then we get to pick an item. So we've got a Cup of Tea, which gives us Fire Blast card. We've got a Wooden Board, which gives us Repel of 3, and a Troll Femur, which gives us the Stupidity card, which are basically the worst cards in the game because they just clog your deck up with garbage that you don't want. We've got Rekindle, we've got Bash, we've got Slam at the top there, or we can just take some gold if we want to. I'm going to take the Cup of Tea because that's exactly what British people do. If we found the lost city of gold and there was a cup of tea and we can only have the one, tea every time. Right. I'm going to, back to my turn, so I can place these cards again, up to 3. So I've got 1 corridor tile, which I can only place down the bottom, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to place silver coins there. As I said, you can get sort of loot, and I'm placing them there, so that would sort of force my character to go there generally anyway. I can play pixies, I can play leggy spiders, they've all got different decks and stuff, but there's already a bat in there, and there's also a fountain of heroism, which hero gains 1 HP per damage blocked next fight. Not bad at all, so that sort of helps me out, but there's also bad fountains as well. I'm just going to end the turn early, and then for me, none for you, charge forward, and we are going to verse the Bloodstaff Bat. So here we go. I will draw my cards, and they're doing a spook, which is 1 magic damage and block 1. I'm going to just hit them with a flask of acid, which will be 2 damage, so not a bad trade at all. They're going to hit me for 1 magic and regain 1 HP. Oh, sorry, they gain 1 HP per damage dealt. So I'm going to hit them for 2. They're going to hit me for 1 and then return 1. So we're basically going to do 1 each. So there you go, not bad at all. They're predictable as well. Top card of deck is face up, so I know what's coming next. Oh, that's bad. So they're going to hit me for 3 and then take 1 damage themselves. What I'm going to do, there's no point in playing Flask of Pixie Tears because that is block magic and that's obviously physical attack. I'm just going to do Flask of Healing, which is plus 1 HP. However, I've got Blessed, which is plus 1 to all healing, so I'll heal 2 after taking 3. So I'll only lose 1. They will lose 1 because of that card. So again, not a bad trade. So there we go. And they're on 3 health, I'm on 4. That's their lunge, which is 2 damage unblockable, so I can't block it even if I did have a card that would allow me to do it. I'm just going to play Flask of Healing, which basically does nothing, so it'll cancel itself out, because it'll hit me for 1, and then I'll regen. There we go, they're going to do a Spook, which is plus 1, it's 1 magic damage, and then hit me, and then block 1 physical. I'm going to do a Flask of Pixie Tears, which I'll block 2 magic damage, so that'll block their attack, and then plus 2 damage on my next magic attack. So that, again, no damage dealt there, but my next one will kick their ass because a Flask of Acid, fling it in the face, and they get 4 damage into them. Bang, and they're dead. I'm left on 2, and boom, the bat pops, and we gain some nice items here. Now, there's a nice leather-bound tome, but it is offhand, and I've currently got the tea in my hand. As you can see, look, the portrait has changed, so I'm now holding a nice cup of tea there. Actually, have they got extra arms? That doesn't make much sense. I think we're going to go for a paper crown, which is a holy shield on my head because it does block and such. Actually, does it block? It doesn't really tell me. Oh, now that we've got these items, we can see the skills we're getting at the bottom, which is basically the card. So that is... we're going to get healing as well, that holy shield. That's quite good. Right, so... as you can see, our character is wanting to go down and along here because they can't go any further. What I'm going to do, however, is place that up the top, and that is obviously expanding along. I do like these jungle tiles, they're quite nice. It also like all the smoke and stuff. I don't know what that means, it might just be for looks. Anyway, I think we're going to verse we could verse an owlbear, but it is level 3, so it's a little bit higher than me. The barbarian skill, every character seems to have a skill. And the barbarian skill is if the person you're versing is 1 level above you or higher, then you gain an extra 2 health. So it's always good to verse stuff higher than you. I think I'm just going to verse pixies again because it's simple. And we're going to end the turn. We're going to go up and hopefully... 1, 2, 3, time to throw my flask to thee and forward, and we'll attack. Now this should be quite an easy fight because obviously I'm a higher level and I've got some items as well. I've also got fountains active. So they're hitting me for 2 magic and blocking 1. So I might as well... just do Holy Shield because I will basically get more health because remember I've got my Blessed, which is plus to healing. Not bad. They're going to hit me 1 for 1 physical. I'm just going to hit them back for 2 magic. There you go. Not a bad trade at all. They're going to hit me again for a Claw, which is 1 damage. I'm going to hit them back for 2. So again, very, very good trading here. They're going to hit me for 3 magic. That's not good, which will be 1, 2, 3. I'll just hit them for 2, which won't kill them because they've got Tenacious, which basically means you can't kill them unless they're on 1 HP. So... I'm down to 4 health. I've got the Flask of Healing, which would heal me for 1, 2 because of my Blessed skill. Or I could hit them for a Flask of Lightning. Now, the Flask of Lightning, as you can see, is only 1 damage, and they're going to block 1 damage. But because it's fast, because it's quick, it should get in there first. Is that right? No, it's not. It's a shame. What happens is, a Flask of Lightning, because it's quick... they will trade off, and if theirs isn't quick and yours is, then you do the damage first, but their block still takes effect, apparently. So I'm going to have to do the Flask of Pixie Tears here, because otherwise I'll die. In fact, it might still happen. I'm a little bit more health there I've gained, so they're going to hit me for 1. I'm basically, all I'm doing here is... sort of healing myself back up, which as you can see is working out quite well. Oh my good grief, I'm basically going to go to full health here by the look of it. Come on, I want an attack. There we go. There's an attack. Flask of Acid. They're going to hit me for 2, but I'm going to hit them for 2, minus 1, 1. Oh, there you go. So it's fine. So I hit them for 1 damage and finally kill them. Now, I've got a ruffled shirt. I've got an arcane wand, which can go in my... Yeah, I think I'm going to put that on my... in my weapon slot. You can see the slots on the bottom there, so body, offhand, weapon. We're going to get an arcane wand. That gives us some cards. Now, one of the things that is very, very infuriating about the game, but it's sort of just part and parcel for how card games work, is that sometimes you can be doing fantastically well and get absolutely screwed over by the cards. You know, there's been times when I've just went, this game is horrible, and walked away. There's been a couple of times when I have rage quit because I've been doing so well in the dungeon, and then boom, here's all the cards that you don't need, and they're drawing the ones that they do, and it's just infuriating. But if you can accept that, then, you know, you just basically deal with it. Right, so I need to fit the 2 jungle shaman, which I'm going to go over there. I've just placed a room there, and it has a fountain of decay in there, which is bad. Decay gives you the, I guess, the decay skill. In this case, it would be called a debuff, I think, more accurately. And if you get more than 2 damage on you, you actually take an extra one, which is not good. Anyway, I think we're going to end the turn. I'm going to go forward. Oh, yes. And we're going to be reversing a jungle shaman, which sadly is high level on me and has a lot more health. Their leader plus 1 HP for each surrounding minion, and they've got 1, so they're going to hit me for 1 damage and 1 physical. Well, 1 magic and 1 physical, so I'll lose 2. I'm going to hit them back with Flask of Acids to give them 2. Oh, that's not good. Oh, so that's a black strike, which is 3 damage, and if successful, they get conceal for a round, which basically means I can't see what card they're playing. I'm going to play Fire Blast, I guess, and try and knock them down a bit, but I'm on 2 health and they've got 5 health left, so that's face down. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to play Flask of Healing just for the safeguard. Good job and all, because they flared me for 1, so they're going to hit me for 2 again, which is not good, and if successful, gain some health. I'm going to do a Flask of Healing once more and basically try and tank it off until I get a decent set of cards. Nah, I don't think I'm going to be able to win this at all. You see, they've just hit me for 3 damage there, and that's going to kill me. So there we go, and boom, I've gone, and we split off, and I'm dead. Oh dear.
A tender thing is a hero's life. A spear, a sword, a rusty knife. A dungeoneer's life. And that's to be had. Still, you should have got that tetanus jab.
Thank you, Bard. I don't know what the official term is, narrator or whatever. I'm going to call it the Bard, because he does basically everything you do. You get like a little song, whether it be good or bad, and I like it. It's flavoursome. Anyway, so we lost our alchemist, but because of the posters, basically our posters that are sticking all over town walls or whatever, we just basically get a replacement straight away. So there we go, the comeback. The point is that all of these characters are totally expendable, right? Because you don't save your levels and gear, it doesn't matter if they die. The only thing you really care about sometimes is if you, if they're actually lasting quite well. Let's have a look. Where is he? There's an apprentice. I'm trying to find one of the best characters. Where are they? There's one of the characters that had. There we go. Look, no nut. Yeah, gold earned 233. Dungeon runs 3. Cat burglar, not bad. There's one of them where it's like says dungeon runs. I've done loads. Where's the barbarian? I'm going to try and find them. Would be nice if the symbol dungeon runs 1. That didn't work very well for them. It would be nice if the symbol was on the front so we could tell what character they were. Look at all these dungeon runs 1. I must have missed them out. Where are they? It's one of my characters that was really, really... Oh, there's Butter. Nah, don't know where they are. They'll be around somewhere, maybe. Anyway, so we died. That's just not that great. Let's expand the guild a little bit more. We could go for Fine All. Yep, and it gives us affairs, a scroll of souls, which gives us stupidity, holy, and arcane. I'm going to close that because that doesn't sound pretty good. That's a mind staff. That's arcane and fire. I want something to do with healing. So there's a nice. Oh, that's holy. That's a demon blade. Demon claw. Yeah, we're going to build that. So what that does is upgrade our rooms here, and we've got some more items. So all of them things that we've just got there. Them cards, they will be unlocked when we do our dungeon run. So we could go exploring, and we could pick another one. We can just pick this one for whatever reason. Oh, this one's new, so we'll send our alchemist there. Go and steal the sapphire. All right then, that's pretty easy. Hopefully, we'll jump in and we'll see what we find. Now, One of the things that I wasn't sold, and still not sold on the game really, is that how we're gonna get up there. There's sapphires up there. I guess we'll put that there, and then we'll verse a little. We'll verse a null. There we go, a little null. We'll end the turn. One of the things I'm not that sold on is that when I first started playing, I was basically, because I couldn't tell what cards there were in each deck, because as I said earlier, there's no way as far as I can tell to look at the deck for each character. I just thought, oh well, what I'll do is all the money I get, I'll just save up and then just unlock that character, which is why I've got a big row of characters and tried playing them. Because I did that and tried them all out, I progressed through the dungeons a lot slower because I wasn't getting any level 2 or level 3, like higher level characters. Like a barbarian's like a tier 2 character, the rest are all tier 1, and it meant that I was just getting rinsed. Every time I go into a dungeon, I was versing things that were just much better than me because my characters were lower level, and they were just the tier 1 characters. So there was a bit of a balance thing there, but you know, only a minor thing, I guess. But it was a little bit annoying because the only reason that happened in the first place is because I wanted to see exactly, oh my good grief, they've got Fury, which is if I'm under half health to do double damage, and they're going to pummel me for 3, so I'm going to try and heal, and yeah, let's see what happens here. Yeah, so I was really struggling. I was really struggling while I was trying to, oh my good grief, he's really hitting me hard here. I'm just going to have to try and heal through it. Nope, it's not working out, because he's got 4 health and I've got 1. He's going to hit me for 1, which will cause, that's killed me. Yeah, that's killed me. Again, that's... That's me dead on the first mob, and it was only level 1.
Another hero.
Oh dear.
Dead at last.
And I got 2 more gold for that. Basically, that was like participation medal, and there's another character come through. But yeah, when I was exploring, these ones here, I'd done the first 3, and all of these ones here were really, they're starting to get a little bit more difficult, but because I only had these basic characters here, and not this high level one, which is tier 2, because as you can see, all of these ones are tier 1, this one's tier 2, I didn't have the barbarian for the campsite unlocked, which means that all the people I was versing just have better cards, and I'm just getting hammered. Also, you saw there, the reason I died, basically, was because they were playing cards that were doing physical damage, and I have no way to block physical on that character. So now that I know that, I can go back into it. But with the barbarian, because the barbarian has, you know, the ability to block damage. Not so much as, I guess, I don't know if there's a knight or anything like that, but what we'll try and do, we'll try that again. We'll go there, we'll verse a huge null. There we go, we're going to put some gold pouch there as well. Now, because it's level 2 and I'm a barbarian, Mortar carry, oh my back, he's poor back. We're going to attack them. But because I've got Death Wish, I get plus 2 HP, bump, bunk. There we go, because it's high level on me. So it's hit me for 1. I can, guess I'll do a howl, which is take 1 damage myself, but do 3 back. So bang, there we go, not bad at all. It's going to hit me for 1, and I'm going to hit it for 2. Not bad trade. And then it's going to hit me for, it's going to hit me for 2. And block 1 physical, I'm going to hit it for 2 and then block 1 magic, so basically I take 2, it takes 1, but because it's got Fury, I take an extra 1, and it's going to pummel me. I'm going to get, it's going to pummel me for 3 damage, which will kill me, so I'm going to play Withstand, which basically I can't die this or the next turn. That's basically how it works, so even though I went to no health, it then went back up by 1. It's going to hit me for 1, I'm going to Overpower, which is unblockable. Again, he should kill me, but he shouldn't because I've got that card in play, so there we go. So we've now got some items, so we can get a nice stiletto, which gives us slice and shift. Got a cultist hood, which is all to do with magic damage, and we got a sparkly headband. I think we're going to pick the stiletto. There we go. And we're going to get that, and we've also leveled up, which is good. So I guess we're just going to keep moving forward. There's already something in there. What's that? Some pixies. So there's nothing else for me to really do. I'll place that there just so we can go past it, and we'll place a spider there as well, and then we'll end the turn. So you can see that there is reasons to have different characters and such. You know, there's a lot of different characters and things like that. I'm not truly convinced that all of the characters are necessary. I mean, I do like it. I do appreciate that they're there because there's different, you know, they've got like individual personalities and stuff, and it's quite funny to read them and such. But when you actually get into the mechanics of it, the decks, because obviously it is a deck game and it's random what you draw, the variation is, you know, I guess, because the decks are different, but I don't know if they're different enough. I don't know if I don't think they're different enough to really warrant all of the characters that they have. I mean, you know, you've got four characters each tier, so you've got, what, I think 12 characters in total? Maybe even more. I think there might be 16 characters, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just trying to get this guy down, and it looks like he's going to kill me. Sorry to say. Oh, no. I've got shift, which is lightning attack. So it's fast, which means I hit him for 1, and then that kills them because they don't get to do the damage after me. So that was a bit of luck. Got some brass knuckles there. We've got a ruffled shirt. Got a pigeon nest on my head. I think we'll go for the ruffled shirt. I think it's a bit better. You can see the portrait changes as well, which is pretty cool. Looks like a bit of a pirate now. So we're going to go in there, kill the spider, and yeah, I guess that's all we really need to do. End the turn, and we'll head in. I do like that the all the tiles like sort of go together and fit like together really nicely, and I do love the way it looks. As I said right at the start, it's probably going to put some people off, but I just think it's stylized. It's very nice. I really do like the look of it. I'm going to hit them for 2, and they're going to hit me for 2. Because they're frail, they'll take an extra damage. I'm going to hit them for a slam, which is going to take 3 damage off them. There we go, because it's frail. And then we might as well do a slam, which is going to kill them because I'll do 2 damage, plus 1 because of frail. They heal 1. There we go. So I can get a twig, I can get a eyeball charm, which is a mind strike and a focus, or I can go for a pigeon nest on my head. I'm going to go for an eyeball charm. There we go. All weapons as well, or items, have like a level, so that's like level 1. That's level 1. Obviously, it drops some higher level stuff. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to kill this guy. This should be quite easy. I'm going to put the scorpion at the back there, just for a bit of a challenge. So here we go. We charge in, and we're going to verse this thing, a lizard man. Ooh, it's a night owl, which -1 HP if surrounded by 5+ tiles, which it isn't. It's going to pummel me for 3 damage, and I think I will do a howl, which basically hits it back for 3, so I'll take 4 in total. It's not great, so it's hit me for 2, and then I'm going to block 1. I think I'll do a focus, which is +1 next magic attack. Yeah, go on then, but I'll gain a health as well, which is the reason for doing that, to be honest with you. They're going to hit me for 1. I'm going to bat them for 2. It's not going so well at the moment, but hopefully they're going to hit me for 1, and if successful, they're going to recover 2 health. I'll do an overpower, which will hit them for 2 damage. There we go. So now I should die. I will die if I don't play something that's going to block it. I've got no blocking cards, but I do have withstand, which basically means I can't die for 2 turns. They hit me for 1, and because of withstand, I'm back. And now I need to kill them. I really do need to kill them. It's not going to work out because I'm going to hit them for 2. They're going to hit me for 1, and then I get back to 1, but I haven't got withstand. They're hitting me for 2. Oh, I've lucked out. I really have lucked out on this one. They're going to hit me for 2 physical. I can only hit them for back... Oh, no, I've lost. I've died. Damn it. They've hit me for 2 physical with a block of 1. I can interrupt them, which is 1 physical, but because it's quick, I do it before them, but they've still got the block, which basically means I die. So I'm going to take a slam, which will, you know, basically kill us both, but I don't care because they're dead. And boom, there we go. I die, and there you go, I'm back again.
A sorry tale, a gory story, another hero dies for glory. In the ground they rest their head.
Dead. Thanks very much, mate. And we'll return to the guild. But yeah, that is pretty much a fine example of the Guild of Dungeoneering. I think that's a fairly accurate run through there, at least in my experience, after playing, like I say, probably over 6 hours now that we're on the end of this video. But yeah, Guild of Dungeoneering. I like it. I do like it. I mean, when I first saw the game, as I said, I thought, oh, it's going to be like a dungeon crawler and you make dungeons and people come into yours, but it's not. It's really weird. It's sort of half deck building, half dungeon crawler, half exploration game. It's weird. It's really, really weird, but it does seem to work. As I said, there's a couple of rough edges, and I've mentioned them. Like, it would be nice to be able to see the cards and things like that. However, I must point out that this is being recorded a couple of days before public release, before you can actually get your hands on it. So maybe a couple of things are to be added before the end of that. But I don't know. I'm just basically showing you how I've got it in the in this build. But yeah, Guild of Dungeoneering. I like it. Recommended if if you like what you see, I guess. I think it's certainly niche. I think there's going to be people who will love this game and people who will hate it. Some people want more. Some people want more sort of dungeon building and things like that. Some people are going to hate the fact that it's randomized with cards. I think it's a Marmite game. You're either going to really like it or you're going to hate it, and that's fine. That's, you know, it is what it is. It's different. It's fun. At least I think so. And you know, it's not run of the mill. You know, it's not boring. That's for sure. And it does invoke something. I don't know whether it invokes good feelings or bad feelings. Sometimes I do rage and go, I wish I got that other card. But especially when it happens 3 or 4 times in a row. But I do enjoy it. I've put 6 hours into it, so it must be alright, really. You know? Anyway, links in the description so you can check it out yourself. Thanks very much for watching. Comments in the comments. And generic partings.